Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
But she grew up tall, she grew up right with them Indiana boys on an Indiana night. Indiana's a basketball state. It's the Brickyard. It's a motorsports state. Hey, Ballou. Colts are in first place, and the Hoosiers are playing for the Big Ten championship. Oh, wasn't aware of that. My apologies. How about they haven't won here in 10 years? How about Duval just owns the Colts, and Jacksonville will never have to apologize for attrition, but Indy's all banged up now. Sauce Gardner, they just unloaded their future to bring him aboard. Certainly DeForest Buckner, been a long-time force in that defensive line. Hell, they're walking out Daniel Jones with a broken leg. You just have to wonder what goes on because, you know, you talk about it and so much of it is off the record. So much of it is private. Once the locker room opens again tomorrow and Thursday, I'm going to make my way down there on Thursday and get an opportunity to talk with some of the players. All the right things will be said, but I just wonder, behind the scenes, how aware are you that the quarterback has a freaking broken leg? Okay? I mean, that's something that has to be discussed. Now, our punter in Jacksonville, Logan Cook, just talked about killing someone. You know, and I think that was all part of in-game emotion, in-game adrenaline. You know, I don't really believe that that is what his intent was. That stuff gets said all the time. I was blessed to spend 8 years as the Jaguars sideline reporter, including the entire career of Jalen Ramsey. On terrestrial radio, I can't begin to tell you the stuff that came out of his pie hole when he was here. It was very entertaining. And again, the rule was, I don't know if it still is, but the rule was, hey, Ballou, you can only report on what you see. You cannot report on what you hear. Well, I heard a tremendous amount. I'll put it in my book. It's coming up at some point. We'll put that together in just a couple of years. It's going to be a great week. It already has, right? How's your Tuesday going? Isn't this special? I mean, isn't this what it's all about? Isn't this what you dreamed about during the offseason, to play December football and to have it mean as much as it really does? I can only imagine what the environment is going to be like Sunday, and I can wait for it, okay? I mean, I can. I'm going to enjoy tonight. I'm looking forward to this show, okay? This is my life. This is my show. Spent all day, all morning, early in the morning, crack, sometimes 6 a.m. I can't lie to you people. 11 a.m., I begin, you know, the constant research and study and trying to figure out everything that is going on with Jaguars football as we move a little bit closer to this game. But I just think it's going to be a phenomenal week. And hopefully the weather does its part. Again, we were told all last week the weather was going to be really bad in Nashville. It was cold. It was cold, I'll give you that, but the weather was fine. So I never look. Dylan, I don't know. You may. It's too early to tell now on a Tuesday. Have you looked? Have you already peeked?
I looked this week. Excuse me. I looked this week because I'm going to the game. Are you getting
sick?
I'm a little bit.
Man, I did my best to stay as far away from you as I possibly can. Did I get you sick?
I don't think you did, but just everybody else. But it's supposed to rain, 90% chance on Saturday. It says 85% chance on Sunday, but not raining during the game.
All right, so my early morning tea time is going to be screwed up. Yeah. You're telling me that. I mean, I'm going to get out of bed real early. I think I'm going to get out of bed at like 7:30 on Saturday, which is unheard of for me, to play some golf. But right now, 90% chance of rain.
On Saturday.
Just have to call in sick on that one. Listen, here's my deal about golf. We get to play it, couple hundred times a year for some of you out there. I mean, for me, if I can get in, oh gosh, I don't know, 50, 60 rounds a year, maybe a few more, that's great. I say every single season that today, the off day, I'm going to play golf every Tuesday. I haven't played once. It's now what, week 14? I mean, I just never do. There's just too many things going on. There's just too much happening. But I don't golf in the rain. I just don't. Okay? It's as simple as that. So if that's going to be the deal on Saturday, I want to get up early because I want to check out, Championship Saturday. We have 3 rematches, including Georgia and Alabama. One that is not a rematch, as we know, is Indiana and Ohio State. It's going to be a fantastic Saturday. And again, what a huge Sunday in the NFL. Nothing is bigger than first place Indianapolis coming to Duval to take on first place Jacksonville. The winner will have a 1-game lead with 4 to go. And we've gone through the schedule, time and again. If you were to look at it percentage-wise, there's an easier path to win the division in Jacksonville than there certainly is with the Indianapolis Colts. Okay, tomorrow's going to be a big-time day. It is. It's going to be a midweek situation, and, this football team's done a really good job all year of being able to turn the page, not only after difficult losses, but I think this gets lost in the shuffle every once in a while. That's reading your own press clippings. That's kind of romancing in your success, if you will. We're the leaders on this football team where you know where to say, all right, yeah, you did what you had to do at Tennessee, but put that away as well. Turn the page on that one so you can get ready for the Colts. The Jaguars were not perfect on Sunday. I mean, you look at the second half, they only put up 1 score. You look at the second half, offensively, they had 5 3-and-outs after basically doing whatever they wanted to do in the first half. And Trevor Lawrence said that during the post-game press conference in Nashville, that didn't finish the way that they wanted to. It wasn't as clean as they wanted to there at the end of the contest. So it didn't rear its ugly head against Tennessee because that's an awful team. But you've seen situations in the fourth quarter, obviously Houston, where you got to keep the foot on the gas and really rip the head off of the Indianapolis Colts if you're going to be able to move to first place coming up on Sunday. So going to be a big-time week, and certainly I am looking forward to it. All right, Dave Weidel in 10 minutes. We'll talk to the former Jaguar center, who's always really good, always very outspoken. We'll see what's going on with Dave Weidel. And, tomorrow is going to be such an interesting day because the focus is on health, right? I think the game plan, we'll begin to discuss that. I'll even ask, I'll ask Dave about it. I'll ask all my guests about it. But it seems like the biggest questions right now, really both here and with the Colts, is who's playing? Who's not playing? Right now, Jacksonville is really benefiting off of getting 3 guys back last week. They got Anton Harrison back. You got Brian Thomas Jr. back. Brian Thomas Jr. played 47 snaps in the football game. Now, he was only targeted 3 times, but still, the offense went out there 63 times. Thomas Jr., 47 snaps. You look at what happened. Jacoby Myers, for what it's worth, played 92% of the offensive plays. What are they going to do at wide receiver this week with Austin Trammell gone? Do they give another opportunity to Diami Brown, or is he gone for the remainder of the year? Tim Patrick's ahead of him. Obviously, the health of Parker Washington is going to be a big story coming up tomorrow as well. Jordan Lewis played just about the entire football game after he returned this past weekend. So you got Harrison, Thomas Jr., and Lewis back. It feels like right now, Trayvon Walker's coming back and Eric Murray is coming back. Those are the 2 that I would feel most confident about. Murray's missed 5 straight games with the neck injury. Walker, you remember the wrist and the club on the wrist. Well, it's a knee, and it was actually pretty rare for him because he came back and played in that game. and he has since missed a couple of contests. But we'll see about everyone else, including Eric Armstead, his hand injury, which apparently happened on Saturday. At least it was introduced to us. I got a text at 9:30 at night on Saturday evening about the injury there. Walker Little, the concussion. You know, is it Cole? I'm going to ask Waddell about Cole Van Lannon. Absolutely, I am. Cole Van Lannon, I mean, I find myself talking more and more about him because I'm just so incredibly impressed. I mean, what he has done, I don't think is getting enough recognition. If you just think about what he has been asked to do. Think about things along the lines of even going back to Jawan Taylor and Cam Robinson, where you said to Walker Little, the right tackle job is yours. Go win it. And he couldn't. And the only thing you could do is play left tackle, right? And the only time he got opportunities was when Cam Robinson went down with an injury, which happened quite a bit. But there's a guy that can only do one thing for you. And they never considered moving Cam to the right side because, Cam only played left tackle in high school. And, Cam only played left tackle at Bama. He's only going to play left tackle here. Cole Van Lannon, he's like, any place, anytime, anywhere. Just tell me. Tell me where to go. Jumbo package, third tackle? Sure. A start for Ezra Cleveland at left guard? Absolutely. 2 starts at right tackle for Anton Harrison? I'm in. A start last week at Patrick McCarry, another guy dealing with a concussion at right guard? Absolutely. Little gets hurt, slide him over to left tackle, bring in Wyatt Milam, who got 34 important snaps. That's big. It's big for the future. It is. Milam's going to be a part of that offensive front 5 next year. I don't think there's any doubt about it. He's going to be in there somewhere on that starting 5. And who knows what next year is. Does Harrison finally go from right to left? Do they eat that dead money and say goodbye to Walker Little? You know what? That stuff's for next year. Forget about it. You got a first-place game coming up this Sunday. So we'll leave all that for the off season. All right, opening comments tonight and every night are brought to you by Shmunez Vision. It's getting darker earlier, right? Just a few minutes past 6 o'clock. I look outside our brand new studios here on Bowden Road, and it is pitch dark. If your eyes are tired, if fatigue is set in, if they're not nearly as strong as they were when you got up this morning, it's common. Make an appointment today, get an eye examination at Shmunez Vision, and you may be a candidate for laser eye surgery. Just think about how cool that would be. The rest of your days never, ever having to worry about being nearsighted, never have to worry about being farsighted, never have to worry about finding your readers and trying to read your phone, then look up and look at the television set. None of that, okay? Scraping your contacts out. You would have 20/20 for the rest of your life. That's a big-time want. Also needs. You could have a problem. Many have. I did 9 years ago. I wasn't even aware of it. It just slid in there one day. Actually, that's wrong. I rolled in there 9 years ago. It was after a big, big meal. And Dr. Shmunez was like, bro, you got something that's going to come out of your right eye immediately. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you have to have this removed tomorrow. And he did it. And there's never been a setback. I would hate it if something's going on with you and you're not aware of it. Shmunez Vision. They are the best, and they will take care of you. Dr. Neo Shmunez, Catherine Shmunez, and Dr. John Hunt. Check them out as well online at Instagram, or on Instagram as well as online at Shmunez Vision. All right, we got a ton to do tonight. One of the greatest weeks of the year. And the hype machine is absolutely that. Let's do it next with Dave Wydell. He goes into the night with Rick Ballou and Dylan Denmark.
Get hit by the man in the back, Tommy Mack.
I'm bringing you straight to the gridiron to show you what it's like to put on the Jags helmet and pads.
Fridays on Jaguars Today. Unlocked by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi are on a mission to sell 2,000 vehicles this December. I've instructed my team to take every reasonable offer. We won't lose your business over price. Thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs priced to move. Get year-end savings, top dollar for your trade, and the easiest car buying experience ever. But hurry, these deals end when we hit 2,000, and we ain't leaving nothing on the table. Make it a December to remember, only at Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I only like to recommend the best, which is why I'm proud to say that I chose Pella Windows and Doors for my own home. And now's a great time to upgrade your home with 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years of interest-free payments on the best windows and doors in the business. Don't wait. Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or visit their showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows. For quality you can trust and savings you can't miss, that's Pella Windows and Doors.
Tom Coughlin here. Join 1010XL for the J-Fund Radiothon on December 3rd. Every year I'm blown away by your generosity, and I'm asking for your help again.
The drive to the J-Fund Radiothon is driven by the Nimnicht family of dealerships.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow, mirrors cut exactly to your style, fogged or broken glass replaced, decorative tabletops, windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval!
Jeff Lagerman for Napa Auto Care Centers. This football season, make sure your ride can get to that tailgate or travel to the away game safely and dependably. You can trust the ASE certified professionals at any one of the 29 independently owned Napa Auto Care Centers and the quality Napa parts they use. Napa Auto Care Centers can handle everything: oil changes, air conditioning, brakes, engines, transmissions. Napa Auto Care Centers offers a nationwide 24-month, 24,000-mile peace of mind warranty on most repairs. Find one near you at jacksnapaautocare.group.com.
Need some extra cash for the holidays? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach is always looking to buy guns, guitars, surfboards, tools, and you know it, gold. Get cash today at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Jacksonville's building a fence along the goal line. This is the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Josh Hines Allen was a monster defensively for Jacksonville. The 6'5 Dynamo ended the contest with 3 tackles versus Tennessee and recorded 2 sacks in what was a dominant performance. The man needed extra plates on the field because he ate all game long. And he's your Superior Fence and Rail's defensive player of the game.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Introducing the Jags Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold, we had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite. It's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone fresh veggies and our new Duval drizzle. Order the new Jags Stack in the app right now. Available for limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants. The hottest subs in Duval!
Julington Creek Pest Control has been serving our community since 1984. Our turf management program is an all-out blitz, granular fertilization, weed and insect control, keeping your lawn championship green all year. Quarterly pest control stops bugs before they ever cross your goal line. Family-owned, locally operated, expert technicians, top-quality products, no gimmicks, just winning results. Julington Creek Pest Control, our family serving yours since 1984.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Hello. Your floor's missing piece. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The late Tom Petty from Gainesville, right? But he sang about Indiana. It is Colts week, twice in the next 5 weeks. Sunday here, and then you wrap it up. I guess right after Christmas. It's not quite a wrap-up, but it will be game 4 out of the 5. Let's bring in Dave Wydell, former NFL football player, center, that included right here in Jacksonville, where he calls Duval his home. Dave, always a lot of fun. How you been?
I've been great. You did interrupt me, though. I was putting my pins into my Dan Jones voodoo doll right now in hopes that the Jaguars will continue what appears to be dominant play from time to time.
Right. We know that in this league there's a lot of outstanding gentlemen. But when you get ready for a game of this magnitude, what gets said off the record, behind the scenes, in the locker room about a quarterback coming in here with a broken leg?
Well, I played defense. I played both ways in high school. I understand the defensive mentality because many would say I played like a crazy defensive player. The bottom line is Dan Jones can't finish this game.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the rematch in 1997,
right,
when Mark Brunell was knocked out by Jesse Armstead in a preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
When we got around to playing the Giants in the regular season, we were playing with our third-string quarterback. It wasn't Rob Johnson. It was Steve. What's Steve's last name? You remember?
The kid out of Tennessee Tech. Didn't he go to Tennessee? Then he went to Tennessee. Steve Owens?
I think he did. It's irrelevant now. He was the redheaded quarterback who was the third-string quarterback, right?
Yep.
Well, we were playing. I got interviewed many times by the New York media. I said out loud that it was personal, and this was the shocking part. And tell me what your thoughts are on this as a media guy, Rick. When should football not be a personal thing every single football game?
Mm-hmm.
Because back in 1997, it was personal. And we sat down and said Jesse Armstead does not finish this game. He did not. We ended up winning 40-10 with a third-string quarterback because our offensive line was so pissed off about what happened in the preseason. We went out there. It was personal. And we made it our mission to hurt people on the New York Giants. No way can Dan Jones finish this game.
You may not remember this, okay? But after the game, you pulled me aside and you showed me a list of about 10 things that New York Giants players said to you personally. Do you remember this? And you were giving it to me, and you were like, I want you to talk about this on the radio. And then you thought about it a little more. You're like, no, let's just let it go. You know, you won the game, so you got the last lap. But do you remember that conversation after the game?
I do remember that. It was a very, very emotionally charged game. I felt personally responsible for Mark getting hurt in that preseason game, because during that preseason game in what I thought would be likely my final year with the Jaguars in 1997, I wanted to make an impression on head coach Jim Fossil, who I'd played for beforehand. And the intensity in that preseason game in the Meadowlands was far beyond what a preseason game was supposed to look like. Mark Brunell injured his knee very, very badly that game. I felt horribly, and we wanted revenge. And those Giants, when I made my comment about making it personal, saying it's always personal, said a whole lot of awful things about myself and our team in Jacksonville. We were still, of course, back then, not receiving any respect.
Mm-hmm.
Much like this team is receiving very little respect on the national stage in spite of leading the division. We had a score to settle, and we didn't just beat up on Jesse Armstead. We took umbrage against every single defensive player that we could. And I've never seen a group of guys, a small unit, a platoon of offensive linemen, tight ends, and even wide receivers and running backs that were getting in on the carnage. We made a statement against the New York Giants. And this team, with a quarterback that's still completing less than 60% of his passes, this defense needs to make another statement.
And it appears they're going to be getting healthier. It looks like Trayvon Walker will be back. Certainly Eric Murray looks as though he's going to get back, and Eric Armstead as well. Dave Weidel is our guest, joining us here with Rick Ballou on your home of the Jaguars.
Rick, I do remember giving you that, but I was 32 at the time. I was an adult at that time during my football career, and I realized because Tom Coughlin was my head coach,
right,
that it didn't matter. We had already gotten our revenge. There was no reason to extend that in the media, and I appreciate you for doing what I asked you to do to rescind going after the New York Giants.
Yeah, that list was incredible. Here's the problem, Dave. I wouldn't have been able to say anything on radio anyway. I mean, every other word was an expletive. This was back in 1997. Hey, give us a minute on Cole Van Lannon. What he has done is absolutely remarkable. He's starting to get more and more credit. But I even asked after the game in Nashville on Sunday, I asked Liam Cohen, in all the years that you've been a coach, a coordinator, whatever it's been, have you ever seen anything like this? He said no.
Well, he's playing center. Correct?
Cole Van Lannon has gone from – no, I'm talking about Cole Van Lannon going from right guard to left tackle, playing right tackle, playing 4 different positions on the offensive line.
The only other player I've ever known in the NFL who's ever done that is myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I never gave myself any credit, and I never ended up on the front page for it. But in today's NFL, Rick, he's an outlier. No one can do that. And I was gonna make this entire segment about how awful the offensive line play is in the league as a whole. And you've got a kid who's excelling, making a difference, doing the things that he needs to do to add value to his team and his position group on this Jacksonville Jaguars team, and it's exemplary.
Dave, where are you with this team? I mean, 5 games to go, an opportunity to win the division. Injuries have been a big problem, but they found a way to get through it. What are your expectations for this team the rest of the way?
Well, it's the NFL. I know we've got, 8-4 with 12. We got 17. We got 5 games left, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Anything can happen, and yet with the leadership that I've seen from a hand-picked coach by Tony Baselli when he picked Liam Cohen, and Tony Baselli hand-picked a general manager, I hate to do this. I don't usually do this in public because Tony Baselli and I have a very unique relationship. But I'll tell you what, this doesn't happen without Tony Baselli grabbing the reins or having earned the rudder of this ship after Shad Khan as Shad Khan almost lost the fan base here.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Baselli has almost single-handedly pulled this thing back together by getting great leaders. I love Liam Cohen. I love his style. Gladstone is the tiny dancer who pulls the strings, but Baselli is the one that provided the leadership for this all to happen. And I'd love to see where this team is today at 8-4. That comes with one caveat. The only quarterback to win a Super Bowl completing less than 60% of his passes was Trent Dilfer in 2000. And that is a problem for this team in spite of Trevor having a few fourth-quarter comebacks. He's the Achilles heel of this team. That's how I feel about this team. However, this was a decision year on Trevor Lawrence because they can extract themselves from this contract for $130 million in March or April, I believe. But after what he's done with the record of this team, I don't see how they could ever move on from Trevor, but I still am not seeing the things in the quarterback that I need to see to make me confident that this team gets to a Super Bowl.
Yeah. A lot of people agree with that. Do you see it changing? Does Liam Cohen, Grant Udinski, do they have it to be able to make Trevor Lawrence that much better of a quarterback? Maybe not immediately, but do you see it changing, or are you in the category of, it is what it is.
I think he lacks instincts to go to the next level. That doesn't mean we're not going to. That doesn't mean we're going to not win 4 out of the next. We may win 12 games this year. In fact, it's likely that we're going to win 11 games. Right? That's what I see.
Mm-hmm.
And 12's not out of the the realm of possibilities here. With a quarterback who may be our weak link.
Yeah.
But you asked me, can Liam Cohen and the offensive coordinator get this done? I hope so. I think they're doing everything they can to make him make better decisions, to prevent him from making poor decisions. But I still don't see natural instincts inside of Trevor. But I'd love to see him go to the next level because this fan base deserves that from him.
Yeah, no doubt. Dave Weidel joining us here on Into the Night. Dave, appreciate it as always. Have a great night. We'll do it again soon.
See you Jags Legends weekend later.
There you go. Yeah, that's coming up. That'll be a lot of fun. Dave Weidel. I can't believe you brought up that memory from 97, Dylan. It was after the game. He showed me a piece of paper. He brought me into a bathroom stall or something like that. I thought he was going to beat me up. Because he had also called me the paparazzi a few weeks prior to that. Or that might have been in 96. I don't remember. But he showed me this list of players from the New York Giants and what they said to him, in the ditch, in the scrum. And he gave it to me, and then a few minutes later he goes, and I'm sure he thought of Tom Coughlin. And he said, no, let's not do it. And I was like, oh, come on, man. This is the greatest thing ever. I'm going to go on the ball on Monday, and I'm just going to tear it. And he's like, nah, let's not do it. So, but anyway, I'd kind of forgotten about that until he brought it up.
Yeah, and those are, I'm sure it hasn't really changed much. It's probably gotten a little better since then, but, things I said on the field, everyone that plays football knows that that's set on the field, and that's not taken outside of the field.
Yeah, it hasn't changed. I said the 8 years that I was the Jaguar sideline reporter, the things I heard, on the bench and certainly there on the sideline, particularly when plays, Jalen Ramsey, the head of it. No, it has not changed. Absolutely, it is not. Let me tell you what could make a change for you and the better. All right, that is Alexander Law Firm. If you have been injured in a car accident and you're up against it, you don't think there's anywhere for you to go, you're wrong. Alexander Law Practice. Okay, here's what happens. First off, you pick up the phone, 400-6600. It's a free consultation, and you get an opportunity to hear directly from Rick Alexander. Okay, he gets involved with every one of his cases. And if this is where you are, okay, let's say you can't afford to get your car fixed. Let's say medically you have been injured. Any one of these things and many more as well. These are the type of questions you ask the Alexander Law Practice. You'll never come out of pocket. Okay, based on the conversation and based on the case, you may have a deal where all of a sudden your car is getting fixed and it's being paid for by them. Medically, your injuries and what it may be being paid for. Again, you'll never come out of pocket. Everything will be settled at the very end of the case. Just check them out. Go to Alexander Law Practice, or better yet, make the call. You're going to get an immediate phone back, okay? 400-6600. And as always, it is a free consultation at Alexander Law Practice. Okay, let's get some feedback from you on this. I look at the text line, man, it's buzzing. 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. They're already all over the place on YouTube. You can join them, 1010XL Into the Night. I talked about writing a book. Someone said, if in my first chapter, am I going to talk about hitting my old boss at the ball? Stay tuned.
This holiday season, Universal Roofing Contracting is making it easy to check roof repairs off your list. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through December 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roofing Contracting, protecting your home and building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? You have questions? Call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Hi, I'm John Haney from Clearwater Gutters and Drainage. After heavy rains, the problems are obvious. Mulch blown out of your beds, water standing around your foundation, and that fancy new crater back behind your bushes. Let Clearwater Seamless Gutters help you solve the problem spots.
Clearwater Seamless Gutters. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at gutters. And drainage, too.
Find out more at clearwaterjacks.com.
Hi, folks. It's Frank Frangie. Did you know that individuals over age 60 have great results on Awaken 180? See how you could drop weight and get off your medications in just 3 months with Awaken 180's Golden Program. Visit awaken180weightloss.com.
It's time for the Plumbing 411 from Superior Plumbing and Pipelining. When your kitchen or bathroom drain just won't clear, there's probably a deeper blockage. Food scraps, grease, soap scum, even small objects can jam up your pipes. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining uses advanced tools to find the clog and flush it away for good. Don't wait for a tiny clog to become a big headache. Make the superior choice when your drains are clogged. And learn more at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
What race car driver won 27 times in one season?
When your homeowner's insurance policy is up for renewal, it's a good idea to shop around to find a better plan. Southern Oak Insurance for over 20 years provides Floridians a clear option. SouthernOak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Richard Petty, the King, won 200 times in his career, including 27 times in 1967.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
With the sun setting earlier, Hidden Hills Golf Club has expanded our twilight specials, so you can take advantage of our afternoon rates and get your round in before dark. Book today at hiddenhillsgc.com and enjoy this beautiful fall weather.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pet Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPetServices.com.
Football season is all about the big moments. How about some killer wings and cold ones to go along with it? Check out Hurricane Grill and Wings on St. Augustine Beach. Tons of TVs so you don't miss any of the action, but still that open-air atmosphere you crave. Hurricane Grill and Wings on A1A in St. Augustine.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
No place I'd rather be than Bowden Road. Although the Blue Crab House sounds pretty good right about now. That virus I had, that thing that's kind of latched onto me for about 8 days, appears to be gone. So, open till 9 o'clock, San Jose. Just take that to Julington Creek Road. You'll find the Blue Crab House. Remember, tomorrow night, $1 steamed oysters. Absolutely spectacular. And you can pick up gift cards right now for the holidays. Matter of fact, you spend $50, you get an additional $15 at the Blue Crab House. That's good stuff. Dave Weidel has moved the needle. There are some people reacting to his comments. Dave's always honest, so I enjoy having him on. And, you know, most of you I would say, I'm a pretty good judge of what you're thinking because I'm very active with you. I mean, I try to return as many as I can. Unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, we're getting so many that I can't. But whether it's on YouTube, at Into the Night, or it's our text line, 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures, your response has been just remarkable, and it grows day to day, week to week. And would you say, and I also get this, Dylan, that negativity is always going to be more outspoken than positive feedback. But what do you think it is, 55-45 right now, saying that they don't think it's going to work with Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah. I'd agree with that, 55-45.
Yeah, and we've watched that change over the years.
100%. I think it changes week to week.
I think, listen, Tennessee's a bad football team, okay? But he did what he had to do last week. They weren't able to run the football. They were held to 2.6 yards rushing in that football game, and they stayed true to it. They ran it 27 times. They passed it 27 times. The only thing that's really disappointing is the second half. They didn't really explode. Again, they had 5 3-and-outs in the second half against Tennessee after doing basically whatever they wanted to do. I mean, that opening drive, it looked like they were going to stub their toe. How about the kicker last night? In all of the football I have ever seen, high school, college, and pro, I have never seen anything like that in the Monday Night Football game, the former Miami Hurricane, in the Giants game at New England.
Yeah, your foot being stubbed into the turf and not even hitting the ball. I've seen a lot of times in high school where the ball is like a golf shot where you hit it really fat and you still hit the ball. Never anything like that.
There was some really bad special teams last night. A couple of brutal punts, including one by New England that I think went 23 yards. And then, foot got jammed into the grass in Foxborough and missed the ball if you didn't watch it. A lot of people now believing Drake May is the MVP to beat at this particular point, especially after what happened to Matt Stafford and, Carolina knocking off Los Angeles just a couple of days ago. So, yeah, we're not going to turn this around and make it all about Trevor tonight. Trust me. Trevor is always being talked about. And as soon as this season ends, regardless of how far Jacksonville goes, it's going to be about Trevor Lawrence, right? And I'd like to believe he's getting better. I'd like to believe I'd like to believe that the arrow is pointing forward here, okay? But I don't have a lot of confidence saying that. It's a big opportunity for him. It really is. And the other part that is especially intriguing to me is Daniel Jones with a broken fibula. Again, you're never going to come out and say it. Now, I don't believe that Jacksonville has 11 Jack Tatums on their side or Pac-Man Jones on their side or Jack Lamberts on their side or Ray Nitsky on their side or Bubba Smiths on their side or Deacon Jones on their side. But all it takes is one. All it takes is a Bill Romanowski, right? All it takes is, who's the guy that, I can't think of him, out of Arizona State, the former linebacker, played for the Bengals. He was a headhunter, played at Arizona State, dirty football player, Burfict. What was his name?
Vontaze Burfict.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He pretty much ruined Antonio Brown's career.
He absolutely
was
did.
never the same after that.
Yeah, they gave him the CTE. I mean, dirty players, right? I mean, go to the Raiders for crying out loud. Matuzak, Alzado. It just goes on and on and on. And, I'd love to be a fly in the wall. I'd love to hear these conversations. Today everything is so, you can't do this, you can't say that, you can't, influence this, you can't influence that. Can you? I'm not a fan of seeing anyone get injured. I'm not. But it's also an enormous game, okay? And legally knocking a guy out of the game has been what football has always been about, regardless if people want to say it or not. Now, I'm not talking about a cheap shot where you go from behind, you roll out a guy's leg and cripple him. I'm talking about illegal play. Jacksonville got hit, 3 consecutive weeks? You had Walker, you had Green, you had Strigow. Who else was involved? Devin Lloyd. I mean, they had 4 straight weeks where they're going to get called for, excessive force or using your body weight to plant the quarterback on the ground. I don't know. But to me, it's a big-time talking point. It really is. And anyway, I hope you don't misconstrue what I'm trying to say. All right? But this is a freaking gladiator sport. All right? Dancing is a contact sport, right? Football is a gladiator sport. We got much more to do. He is Dylan Denmark. My name is Rick Ballou. Colts Jags Week right here on your home of the Jags.
Catch Gators basketball on 1010XL.
It's a top 10 matchup as the Gators crash Cameron and try to take down the undefeated Blue Devils. Florida Duke, tonight at 7:30 on 1010 AM.
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff and Art and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out. Garage Door 911, garagedoor911.com.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
XL Primetime is back weekdays noon to 2, and on Wednesdays, join Dr. George Bari at 1:20 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Make sure you catch Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays at 1:20 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
You like winning? This is former Jaguar linebacker Tom McManus, and I'm excited to introduce you to J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Greater Jacksonville. If you're a property manager, contractor, builder, realtor, or homeowner, get that feeling of success with less stress. I've used them. My friends have used them. So get your free junk removal and hauling estimate today. Now, I call that a win. Veteran-owned and operated J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 506-1256. We haul it all.
Have you ever dreamed of owning a handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm? Well, now you can. This is Frank Frangie for the farm in Okefenokee, just an hour north of Jacksonville in Folkston. With only 250 cabins at full build-out, it's a rare chance to live off-grid, but not alone, in a community grounded in nature, food, and purpose. The amenities include a 2,300-acre hunting lease. Learn more at okefarm.com. That's okefarm.com.
Bud Light and everyone at Anheuser-Busch want to remind you to get home safely every time. People are counting on you, on the road and at home. Plan ahead with safe rides, and don't forget to hydrate between beers. Bud Light encourages everyone to enjoy responsibly and socialize safely.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding, so easy to use. Depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Are you searching for a career in the HVAC industry? Florida Home AC is looking for an A-team, full-time positions for qualified individuals to train for HVAC service technicians, install mechanics, and sales consultants. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and click on careers to find out more. We're talking great compensation, a 5-day work week, no downtime in the off-season, and a company-provided vehicle. Check it all out at FloridaHomeAC.com/career. That's FloridaHomeAC.com/career. Equal opportunity employer.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. With over 1,800 five-star Google reviews, it was a no-brainer to have Closets by Design get us organized for the holidays. From closets to garages to laundry rooms and so much more, Closets by Design will design a custom storage solution for all of your spaces. Nothing says happy holidays like a home that is peaceful and clutter-free. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation before year-end and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off with free installation. Call 878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
If you need a holiday gift idea, let Kuhn Flowers handle that for you. This is Max with 1010XL. Simply go online to kuhnflowers.com and look at the wide variety of floral and plant arrangements that will make someone's day this holiday season.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. If you have a school, team, or group that would benefit from a team store, you're in luck because we now offer team stores. Check us out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The song reminds me of, it'll be in the book. But there's a certain place in town. I'm just wondering, I happen to drive by it now each and every night on my way to and from work. It averages about 2.5 cars in the parking lot, no matter when I go by it.
Just Wackos?
I'm not going to say the name.
Okay.
No, Wackos is busy.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Wackos is busy, but I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to tell anyone how to do their job, and I also don't want to be put in the ground. But if they ain't washing money through that place, then I don't know what place in Jacksonville is, because there's never anyone in the parking lot, okay? Yet it's open, so I'm told. I'll just leave it at that. I'm getting a lot of... Dave Liddell just sent me a text and said he got 11 people who texted him during that interview saying we need more Liddell and Slinky Liddell on the air, he said. Some people may think that 11... would be half my audience, right? That's dead wrong, man. We're growing. This thing's like a zit. It's like a teenager with a zit. I mean, more and more are piling in on the text line, 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures, as well as on YouTube, 1010XL, into the night. And I get asked outside, hey, Blue, when you move back in the afternoons, when are you going to move that? No. I love it. 6 to 8, brother. 6 to 8, sister. That's what it's all about. Absolutely love Into the Night. And we are not going anywhere, but I do appreciate the support. And it gets me to this. All of that's nonsense. All of that's just trying to have a good time, right? Tomorrow night's enormous. Tomorrow night is our once-a-year J-Fund. It's our radiothon. It is such a big event, and every year you outdo yourself. I'm putting a lot of pride into it as, well, I am. I won't even be secretive about it. I want you to save your cash for this show. I want your donations coming in tomorrow, 6 to 8. If you think I'm selfish by saying that, that's fine. I can handle it. But this means an awful lot to me. And every year, our show grows and grows and grows and grows by the amount of money that comes in from you. You outdo yourself. It's going to be an emotional morning, afternoon, and into the night on Wednesday. We do it once a year. No matter what you can give the J Fund is appreciated. We're still going to do a normal show tomorrow night. I'm going to have guests. We're going to talk about the Jaguars. We're going to do all that, but we're also going to have a couple of interviews from families who, well, I don't want to spoil anything for you. We'll present it as the show goes on. But during the holidays, man, this is what it's all about. And to see these kids smile, I had a guest in, what was it, about a week and a half ago or so?
About 2 weeks.
Man, there's a certain point in life. I don't know when it happens. I'd love to know the day for me, but it did. Okay? Where you actually feel better about giving than receiving. And I don't know when that happens. Okay, maybe it's when I had kids. I'm not sure. But, I mean, you're little, this and that. You always want presents. You want this, you want this. At some point in your adult life, you finally go from it feels better to give than actually to receive. And that's what tomorrow night is all about with the J Fund. So we're going to really put all that together tomorrow. And, I just want 6 to 8, man. I want you into the night listeners to really get to us tomorrow and try to set a record during that 2-hour time frame. So that is my only request from you. And I understand it's tough out there. I understand, man. It is brutal out there. I got it. Okay. But anything that you can do, that is tomorrow night. It'll be Tom Coughlin's J Fund. And I want to say this is what, our 18th, 19th year that we've
Almost
done that?
20 years, yeah.
Man, just incredible. Just insane. And what's so great about this charity is that there's no overhead, right? I mean, just about every single dollar, deep into the 90%, deep into it, goes straight to these families. Okay, let's get ready for our second hour. A couple of ways that you can join us. 641-1010 on the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Also on the YouTube tonight. Just go to YouTube, and you can pull us up by going to 1010XL into the night.
A great drive takes more than a set of wheels.
Fully loaded, I think is the term.
Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville brings you the drive of the game.
Just one thing. Yeah. Don't push any of the buttons on that car.
On 1010XL.
After attending a Saturday Bumps and Bruises clinic by Southeast orthopedic specialist, my son's hip and shoulder issues were diagnosed quickly, and he's back playing. As a busy family, we really appreciate their prompt attention.
I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 2nd, 1975, Ohio State running back Archie Griffin becomes the first and only player to win back-to-back Heisman trophies.
Running a small business is tough, so the Florida Small Business Development Center at UNF provides a free business checkup, a personalized analysis that helps you boost profits, your online presence, and increase your company's value. No cost, no strings attached. It's guidance from experts who understand what it takes to succeed in business. Whether you're just starting out or ready to expand, it's time to act. Complete a request for consulting at unf.edu/SBDC.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Looking to elevate your game night experience? Look no further than Best Bet. We're not just a card room, we're your destination for excitement, fun, and big wins. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, we have something for everyone. Join us at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, or St. Augustine for thrilling tournaments, exciting promotions, and a vibrant atmosphere that will take your game night to the next level. Elevate your game night at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
The holidays are here, and before you hit the road, make sure your car is ready. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, you'll get an expert oil change in 15 minutes with no appointment, and you never leave your car. Stop by any of their convenient Jacksonville locations and let the pros get you holiday travel ready. With a 4.7 national customer rating and ranked #1 quick lube in America by Forbes, Valvoline gives you quick, trusted service when it matters most. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Drive in today and travel with confidence this holiday season.
It's now time for our halftime trivia with Jeff Prosser. What's hiding in your air ducts right now? A, dust and allergens. B, mold spores. C, last season's popcorn. D, all of the above. If you guessed D, you're right. So call Lloyd's Heating and Air for a new system and get 50% off duct cleaning.
residential and commercial. Family owned, trusted by North Florida. Dial Lloyd's Heating and Air or visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Yeah, I was looking at Florida State's schedule today. They had to have been the only team this year in college football that took on 4 interim head coaches. They lost at Stanford. They beat Va-Tech. They beat Kent State. That Kent State victory was a thriller. And then they lost to Florida on Saturday. Niall Lawrence Stample is here. He is our Florida State analyst. The season started so promising, Niall, with that victory over Alabama, but it ends kind of the way that most expected, really getting blown out in the second half by the Gators.
Yeah, I've talked to a few people, and I almost feel like the Alabama game may have been one of the single worst things that's ever happened in Norvell, even over the snub, because I think the snub gave him somewhat promise. It gave him like, hey, you could actually have won a national championship. It got taken away from you. Whereas the Alabama game, I think, crumbled the foundation because your guys were hungry. They were thirsty. They wanted it. And then after that, their heads went to the moon, and we obviously saw it play out, which wasn't great.
We saw what they were able to do on the ground. They just lined up and ran right down Florida State's throat. As a former defensive player, won a national title there. I can't imagine that made you feel good on Saturday.
That was a tough watch. That was a tough watch, man. And though it's been a while, anytime I played Florida, I always thought they were soft as hell. I'm just gonna be honest.
Really?
I always thought they were soft. I never once was in the swamp or in Doak playing Florida and ever felt like those linemen were doing anything or hard or strong or any of them. We always held them. We always manhandled them. So watching that game was really, really difficult. They ran the ball at will. They ran stretch right.
Mm-hmm.
They ran stretch left.
Yes.
They ran zone right. And they ran zone left. Over and over and over again, and we could not stop it.
They didn't do anything, sneaky. They just lined up and ran right at Florida State, and they couldn't stop them. Again, that's got to be twice as aggravating when you know what's coming and you still can't stop it.
It's demoralizing for a defense, demoralizing for the fans. Being in the swamp, there was really nothing we could do. And yeah, you just hope that it sucks because when you watch that game, I felt bad for the Desir twins. I felt bad for Mandrell because he got really rolled up. And it's a situation that he shouldn't have been in. Like, Mandrell's a great player. Should he be playing as much and getting as much snaps as he is? No, but it's kind of necessity. But he got rolled up over and over again, though, because he's a little bit lighter than he probably should be staying inside on these big SEC offensive linemen. And also, he probably shouldn't be playing every single down. He should be a third down guy, maybe a second down rotational type guy, but playing outside. But we're playing him inside, and we're making him work for it. And it sucks because that can get players hurt, as well as kind of ruin their development. So that was a tough watch.
They're losing. They score a second touchdown, and I'm watching this game. But by the way, I flew in and was taking an Uber from the airport to my hotel, and I was listening to William Floyd and the new guy, Jeff, I'm not even sure of his name, Culhane maybe, and Floyd was just tearing him up on the radio broadcast. I mean, it was play after play. It's like misassignment, this and that, this and that. Well, I finally get to the hotel room and Florida State scores, and, I see this Gunnar Henderson or whatever the heck his name is, the offensive lineman who they just brought in, who they score a touchdown, and he's doing the chop. Okay, Gunnar Hansen. He's doing the chop, and I'm in my hotel room, and I'm saying, are you kidding me? This is like a wrestling heel jobber where Florida's going to come back and pound them. I have such a problem with that, Niall. Is that just today's kids? Is this unavoidable? I mean, can you imagine one of your teammates mocking the Gators when you know you're going to lose the game, still getting into the fan base and giving them the chop?
Yeah, it was the same thing earlier in the season where we saw Danzy, we saw all these other players dancing, and it's just one of those things that I think is definitely a cultural thing. I think it's something with the young guys. And it kind of shows a little bit more that they are kind of about themselves and about more or less the gratification of what they saw, more as it is about the pride of the team. So that kind of sucks, but it's kind of tough because again, they're young. You better celebrate when you can. Like you better celebrate when you can because you're not getting a lot of them. Right. So you better celebrate when you can. They're few and far between, so it's hard to blame them. But again, focus up, get back in the huddle, get back to the sideline so we can try to put some points on the board.
Crickets right now out of God's country. First things first, what do you expect as early as tomorrow with early signing day?
Man, it's really going to be a toss-up. I felt confident going into the off season that everyone was bought in. I didn't expect us to lose the way we lost to Florida. Yeah. That's a bad taste to leave in someone's mouth leaving, right?
No doubt.
To end the season. So I think things may be a little bit on the rocks. Hopefully not. But I'm hoping that things are good. What we should be doing, especially with the capital that we've been able to save by not paying Norvell, we should be making sure we're bringing these guys that are key to our success next year into the room, because if we can hold those guys down, they will keep a couple other guys that aren't as expensive to stay, as well as make sure some of these recruits actually sign on signing day.
Yeah, to me, there's a list of, and I'm trying to be optimistic here, 8 to 10 maybe a dozen players right now in this football team that you absolutely positively have to hold on to.
Yeah, and they know it. They know it. So we're going to have to put our money where our mouth is. But these are the situations that you put yourselves in. And that's the situation that Norvell's put himself in time and time again, is having to spend more money on players that maybe you didn't want, but you have no choice. So I talk to my boys a lot about this. I'm like, if you make poor decisions, ultimately the decisions become someone else's at some point in time. And that's what is happening over and over again. So we're going to have to pay the money. We're going to have to figure it out. But there are some key guys that we have to keep on this roster.
Niall Lawrence Stample, our guest. He's our Florida State analyst for a second consecutive year. Florida State is not going to a bowl, but they cannot afford to fire Mike Norvell. It's a very bizarre set of circumstances. All right, Derek, Yare, the GM, coordinators. Again, you expecting any changes at all in Florida State's front office or their coaching staff?
Yeah, I genuinely think that Gus is going to go. He may not. The Arkansas job is gone. I'm not sure whether he's going to want to transition to a whole new staff and do that whole thing, especially if he's possibly on his way out the door in the next year or so. So he may stay, but realistically, all the signs point to him leaving. If he does leave, we got to get a new quarterback. We have to get a new quarterback. We'll have to make some big moves as far as changing this offense, getting some wide receivers in. I'm really happy to see LaWayne McCoy flourish in this last game. He made himself some money. Obviously, we've been talking about him as far as being someone that needs to be pushed, and he was able to have that come into fruition during that Florida game. So you have certain players have games that they make it theirs, and that was the game that we saw from him. No little too late going to the end of the season, because he definitely put some money in his pocket prior, because we're going to prioritize even more keeping him, even though I thought we should have in the first place. But I don't know if we see much changes as far as on the coaching staff. I don't know if they have a lot of leverage there, so we may end up keeping, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I don't know if they can afford to fire these coaches. Yeah, I mean, you fire coaches, you pay buyouts, and then you got to rehire and bring new coaches in. I mean, right now, this football team is cash strapped, and every amount of money they have has to go into the football team. They have to find a way to dig deep and get themselves some good football players.
Yeah, and it sucks. You hate to talk about. I don't like talking about players. I like talking positive about them, but Tommy really put us into a corner. And when you can't throw the ball and you can't deliver the ball down the field when needed, it becomes a absolute it's a blind dog in a meat house. They're telling these guys on third down, go. Go get him.
Right.
Put a spy on him, go get him, because it's going to be it's a 75% chance he's not going to be able to get the ball on the mark. So that puts us in a bad spot. I would like to see a transition there at quarterback. I would like to see it. I would probably like to see a new offensive coordinator. In order to give us some sort of chance, as well as bringing an extra guy in the room that can possibly change the energy in the room, may be a good opportunity as well. But yeah, that's kind of what we got there.
Yeah, Thomas Castellanos can't return. We know that there's perhaps an opportunity, depending on what the NCAA says, but they got to go in a different direction. But, once again, unless they go transfer portal and are able to bring in a young man who has a bunch of starts under his belt at another school, it feels like we're going to go through a Kevin Sperry, Brock Glenn competition, again, with guys with very little time, very little snaps at FSU.
Yeah, and I want to see the defensive line get some play. Especially, we got to get in that portal. Unfortunately, we're going to have to try to make sure we can land the guys that we do have in high school in the next couple of days, as far as edge rushers are concerned, as far as defensive tackles are concerned. But when it comes to the Desir twins, who I think are probably our most coveted players that we need to bring, especially if it's a package deal, and I think Mendrell, as well as his brother, both showed significant increases, even though I don't think that they played all that great, which is insane to say. I think that they could play 50%, 25, 30% better next year, which is a really scary thought. But one thing that I like is that when I was being recruited, I wasn't a very highly recruited guy, but I went to a couple combines, people saw me, and Florida State was on me from freshman year. When it comes to the loyalty that you have from teams finding you, just like they did, like Florida State found the Twins, that's a loyalty that you want to hold on to.
Yeah.
So I really do feel comfortable that Mendrell and his brother will figure out how to make it work at Florida State, because Florida State did find them. There were diamonds in the rough. They got the playing time. They got the prestige this season. Let's stick it out. And let's figure it out at Florida State and stay Florida State Seminoles this season.
Let's wrap it up with this. I thought a year ago was really interesting because they went 2-10 and it was so bad. Yet when Norvell took the Gator flag out of the Seminole head, there seemed to be, in my opinion now, a little bit of renewed enthusiasm. And fans are like, okay, it was an off year, but Norvell stuck up for the school and they sold the season tickets and they built the new stadium or put a facelift on the new stadium and they sold out. And even in situations that I thought it would taper, Wake Forest, Vatech, still had great fans, tons and tons of fans. You're connected. Where's this fan base now? And more importantly, where do you think they're going to be in 8 months when, the 2026 season comes around compared to what, we just witnessed this past year?
They're going to have to do some Houdini tricks this offseason. We're going to have to see some sort of new coordinator. We're going to have to see some sort of change that creates any sort of promise, something that we can hold on to that will make this upcoming season look any different than it did the past season. We're going to need to see something along those lines. That has to happen. But I think last year, and I talked about it on Twitter, last year, I think DJ Ooh was the scapegoat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Norvell played him way too long. Why is he still in? The fan base hated him. You're talking about the country is talking about this kid.
Good point.
Sit him. There's no reason why he forced his hand. I understand that you want to try to push a quarterback past his limit in order to see if he could break through that, but it was apparent and clear that he wasn't going to. Why not continue to play him? I think he was a scapegoat for a lot of that season, and then things turned this season when there was no scapegoat. Tommy was playing pretty solid in order for us to get close enough to be able to win some ball games. There was nowhere to turn. So I think where you have so much of that season was not pointed at Norvell, this season, almost 90% of the season was pointed at Norvell, and there's no hiding from that because the players played good enough for us to be able to win ball games.
I just hope Florida State's not going down the road that Nebraska went down. And, there's plenty of other schools that aren't at the level of Florida State, but have been very competitive, like a Michigan State, a Wisconsin, those type of schools that right now they're looked at as a joke, all right? I mean, Nebraska won a bunch of national titles way back when. They won 3 titles in the 90s. And, look, they gave their coach a 6-year extension. I don't think he won a game after the extension. I'm really concerned. I just don't believe you can flip the switch with Norvell and Mike Arnold is the AD, and I mean, just terrible leadership right now at our alma mater. I hate it.
Yeah. To be the devil's advocate, I don't think you can flip the switch either, but if you could flip the switch in this new era is the time that you could actually do it. This isn't the back in the day to where you couldn't possibly bring in 2 or 3 hits. We brought in some, Deontay McCray. I think Tommy honestly would have done better if we could have figured out how to get him to score in the red zone. Tommy didn't do all that bad. He really didn't. We brought in Deuce. Like, we made some hits. If we can make some more hits and we could put a couple things together, we could turn it around fairly quickly. Can Norvell figure it out? I'm not sure. That's the real question, but I do think that the turnaround time is a lot quicker for these schools. But I think for what you're saying is more of the culture. The culture can get saturated to a point to where we do look like Nebraska, to where teams and players don't want to come here. But there's recruits that said, I don't care whether Norvell was there or not, I'm coming to Florida State.
Yeah.
There's players that have said that in this actual carousel that we've been dealing with as far as recruiting. So, like, we still have a brand. We need to have it for as long as we can get it. And actually be able to make something into fruition with it prior to something happening.
Former Florida State Seminole. He is Niall Lawrence Stample. The holidays are upon us. What do you got going on with NLS cleaning?
Yeah, man. Same old, man. We're getting towards this back end. We're getting people's houses ready to go for the Christmas lights. We're getting a bunch of people on the schedule for next year when the Christmas lights come down, because with a lot of customers see their houses when they're putting the Christmas lights up and they're like, I need this house washed. I need it cleaned. I need the windows cleaned. So we're getting a lot of people on the books for the beginning of the year. But reach out to us. We do pressure washing, gutter cleaning, window cleaning. The number is 904-708-8802. You can reach out to us on our website at nlscleaning.net. We would love to help you with any of your exterior cleaning needs. And man, it's always Go Noles. It's always Go Noles.
No, there's no doubt. It's basketball season now.
It sure is.
And it'll be baseball season before you know it.
That's right.
Always good to see you now.
Yes, sir, Rick.
Niall Lawrence Stample won a national title with Florida State. Also put in the defensive line with the Cleveland Browns. Here's our Florida State analyst. All right, look at social media. My goodness, I love it. I just absolutely love it. Firing it up. 641-1010 on our text line. We'll get to you next. That's brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. And on YouTube tonight, just go to 1010XL into the night.
Get hit by the man in the back, Tommy Mack.
I'm bringing you straight to the gridiron to show you what it's like to put on the Jags helmet and pads.
Fridays on Jaguars Today. Unlocked by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
This holiday season, Universal Roofing Contracting is making it easy to check roof repairs off your list. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through December 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roofing Contracting, protecting your home and building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC
125-844. UniversalRoof.com. Hey, this is Tom McManus. If you get injured out there, there's only one number to call. Pound Law, that's all. Slip and fall, car wreck, wrongful death. It doesn't matter. Morgan & Morgan handles it all. They're the largest in the country. 100 offices, over 1,000 attorneys. $20 billion recovered for 500,000 clients. That's the kind of team I want. If you get hurt from someone else's wrongdoing, check out Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
They are the future of college football. I'm Hacker, and during high school's early signing period, I'll preview this year's stars. Spotlit by Bright Star Care of Ponte Vedra and West Jacksonville. A higher standard on 1010XL.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Yo, E.T. here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days than bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar, Twin Peaks. Scratch kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge. Come on, somebody.
When plumbing problems strike, don't settle for just any plumber. Make the superior choice with Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. We don't just fix leaks, we fix them right. With honesty, fair pricing, and innovative solutions that can save you thousands. From camera inspections of your pipes to trenchless pipelining that repairs cast iron pipes without tearing up your yard. We go way beyond the drip and clog at Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. No gimmicks, no upsells, just superior service every time. Make the superior choice. Learn more at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
Hey, folks, it's Frank Frangie. Now, I've been telling you about my daughter, Amber, and she's been telling you how much weight she's dropped with Awaken 180. It's hard to believe. Even in football season, even when she hangs out with her friends, and even when she tailgates and does all that stuff, she's still losing weight. You can even drink alcohol. Can you believe that? Well, Awaken 180 shows you how to swap calories, not flavor. You have to be disciplined, but they make it easy. Amber and I talk about this all the time. She can't believe how easy it is, and she's so excited about it. But what I will tell you is it's really working. I see how excited she is. I see the look on her face. I see how her self-esteem has changed and her confidence. It's one of the greatest things that's ever happened with my daughter, and it means that much to me. Now, Awaken 180 programs are reimbursable with your HSA or FSA, and those HSA dollars expire December 31st. Don't leave money on the table. Call Awaken 180 today and kickstart your transformation before the new year. Call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or go to awaken180weightloss.com.
Happy holidays, Googans. Santa Dan here. It's the holiday season, and that means hopefully more off time with the fam. Need a solid gift idea for the spouse or a specific family member? Beaches Dermatology can ensure that your special someone gets a great gift that won't break the bank and won't go hidden in a drawer. Botox, skin treatments, you name it, they have it. Take care of that spouse of yours this holiday season with a gift from Beaches Dermatology. Call today or go online at beachesdermatology.com.
Hey, Dan, that spaceship-wide lunch meeting at noon, please say it's not more astronaut ice cream and powdered orange drink.
Negatory. Ground Control hooked us up with EasyCater, so now we can order from a galaxy of restaurants with tools to stay on budget and meet our dietary needs.
Thank heavens. My dairy tolerance and anti-gravity is not great.
And with EasyCater, it's all on one simple platform, so we can focus on space stuff, like that asteroid. So how about tacos? Hold the cheese.
EasyCater, a stellar way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Oh, if you're playing this, it must be divorcee night. Good luck, ladies. Husband number 3, husband number 4. He's the right one. Congratulations, men. You get your kids. I shouldn't be laughing. It's awful. I laugh because it's painful. Don't get me started, but I just think men get robbed of their kids. Florida law when it comes to divorce. Although every time I mention it, people tell me it's changed for the better. And hopefully that is the case. I typically try not to make things self-serving, but I got a real problem here. Okay? I need to get my hairs cut. And forever, and I need to get it done tomorrow. I'd like to have it done before the J Fund tomorrow night. And, forever I absolutely am going to go to a woman. But I went to T-Wig forever because T-Wig's a good guy, and T-Wig used to live near me. And, he'd come over and spend 5 minutes cutting my hair, but 2 hours talking to me as he was cutting the hair. And we'd dive into some Jameson and have a good time and always do that. And then he went way off north by the airport. I still visited him, but he recently retired. Then I went to my GF's salon, and that's fine. I'm good with it. But she's pregnant, and she's booked. She's got no room. She's got no availability. Okay, so now it's I've been wearing a hat all the time. I was like, you got to get your hair cut. I'm like, I know. I don't know. I didn't even know what to do. I mean, can you just pop into a place and get a haircut nowadays?
You can, but that's always risky because if you don't know the hairstylist and the person that's doing your hair, that can be risky.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about my hairs.
Yeah.
okay? And there's only only a certain way that you can do it. I don't have a whole lot of it left. I just want it to be neat. I'll take your first call. No. If you have any ideas out there, though.
I think like sports clips or one of those.
I don't know if I can just trust going in there.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather have a recommendation for someone who can fit me in tomorrow, or if not, by the end of the week. Okay, on a serious note, look at this. It's last year's board for the J Fund. Look at the 6 o'clock hour, okay? We went to $20,320 in the 6 o'clock hour, okay? We just absolutely went crazy. I'm hoping for the same thing tomorrow night. The 7 o'clock hour dipped a little bit. We went to $6,310. But combined, we put up nearly $27,000 from 6 to 8 a year ago. I want to break that tomorrow night. I really do. It means a tremendous amount to these families and to these kids. Jacksonville is such a warm place. A lot of good people out there who are very giving. And again, I selfishly ask to wait to do it during our show, during Into the Night. Okay? It's the only time I'll ever do anything like that. But it's for the best cause that you can think of. It's for the J Fund. And our annual radiothon is tomorrow night. That's going to be tough to break that mark. Nearly $27,000 we got last year.
And somehow I feel like every year we always break the total from what it was the year before.
Right.
Not just our show, but I'm saying the total for all the shows we do. I mean, to have a goal of, what is it, $270,000?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's incredible.
278 last year, 278, 473. Phone lines are going crazy. Hopefully they're hot hairdressers. Let me know. I was kind of joking about it, but I should know better with this audience. That's a joke. This is not. This is as serious as it comes. The J Fund. It's always very special. It is to see these families who are in such a struggle. I mean, there's nothing worse than your kids being sick, right? I mean, honestly, there's nothing worse. You're sick yourself. You suck it up. You tend to deal with it, try to deal with it. When your kids are sick, it's just the worst feeling that you can possibly have. All right, 0148 says, just laughable that FSU wants to blame everything on Gus Malzahn. Here's the one question that I want an answer to that the local media hasn't been able to get an answer. Why in the heck do they do what they do with their running backs? Why not go with a hot hand? Why not get someone lathered up? Why do they go from one back to another to another to another? It's like putting a baseball player in there and giving him one at bat and then sitting him down for a pinch hitter come the second time up. It's absolutely freaking nuts. And he's been doing it for 2 years. And to me, that's Mike Norvell. I know Gus Malzahn's history. I think this is Norvell over Malzahn. 25-31. Matt Rule is the problem at Nebraska. Almost was a sense of entitlement for to think he was qualified for Penn State. Bro, Penn State's almost as bad off as Florida State. They can't get a coach. BYU's coach said no, but thanks, but no. No thanks. 2095. Hey, thanks for promoting the J Fund Radiothon. Setting up a call center for tomorrow. I was driving home from the radio station after so they were here. Okay, I must have missed you. But a few people waved at me. Maybe that was you. And if so, I appreciate you coming by. It's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow night. We're going to raise a lot of money. It's going to be a great time. 7239. Well, I do appreciate you doing the interviews. Oh, this guy ripped on Norvell. Okay, he says he doesn't know what he's talking about. Other quarterbacks weren't nearly as good enough. By the way, I did find the answer. That was Steve Matthews, the quarterback back
Yeah, that's what the text line was saying.
1997. Hey, listen, Dave Waddell thinks Jacksonville's not getting over the hump with Trevor Lawrence. There's a lot of people who think that. I am interactive with you. I read you every night. I talk about your comments every single night. Okay, I'm right there. I've waned. Certainly my my feeling on this has changed. And I was also the guy, I hate to be that guy, but said, don't give him the money. Don't give him the money. Don't sign him when you signed him. Now, they would have had to have addressed that by now. But how many people out there who said, hey, don't sign, sign him. Oh, you're going to reap the benefit at the end, are now like, kind of wish I didn't sign him. I still want to see it work. There's no question about that. Okay? This isn't a pound the table, I told you it's not going to work. No, I don't want that. I want this to work. I want Liam Cohen to be able to fix him. And, we'll see what happens. Heard rumors that Jimmy Sexton was blocking the Penn State because they didn't want, like the way that Franklin was fired. Jimmy Sexton, he owns college football. He absolutely owns college football. Wilbur Marshall, the 32-27, just got his rookie card the other day. Yeah, you know what? Some people get drunk and go to porn. I get drunk and buy baseball cards on Whatnot.
Go to his live streams. They're like, you can buy this now.
In this case, football cards. Yeah, it's fun, man. It's a good time. It's like there's nothing going on. Florida State sucks. It's Saturday. Everything's bad. Now I'm not, instead of going into the late night, mattress actresses, I go buy baseball cards. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. It's safer. 0041. Trevor won a national championship as a freshman. Ever since Trevor left Clemson, they have struggled. It's the Jags. Right, and we've addressed that, and we've gone through it all. We have sounded it out from Urban on. I think the excuses are gone at this point. And, I think it's been a positive change. How can you be upset with it 8-4? Where realistically you should be 10-2, okay? That call against Cincinnati was terrible. And Trevor put him in position against Houston. Even though they blew a 19-point lead, he had him in position with his feet. He had him in position with that pass to Parker Washington. It was the illegal hands to the face by Chuma Edoga that took him out of field goal range. But I get the other side of it. You were told that he was generational. You were told that this was the best product since what? John Elway? Andrew Luck? That was it. You didn't even go to Peyton Manning. Well, the Manning deal, remember, that was Manning or Ryan Leaf. That was kind of a mixed bag if you go to that particular year in the NFL draft. 20. There's 5 cars there tonight. Oh, okay. I can't believe you guys were able to figure out what I was talking about. 1582. Rick, how could you interview guys like Devin Lloyd knowing that you're sick? I love you. You got to put the team first. What if a bug spread in the locker room? You know what? I don't know. Let me put it to you this way, 1582. Have you ever heard of radio embellishment? Okay. Trust me, if I was really, really, really that sick, I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't have gone to Nashville. Again.
Plus, you got the vaccine, so you're good.
Yeah. I mean, there are times, and this is one of them, where I will make the mountain out of a molehill. An aggravating trip, logistically speaking, some sniffles and a sore throat. I turned it into, I was one step away from my grave. You are correct about this. And, we were actually talking about it at the press box. I won't mention anyone else who was a member of the media who was under very similar health status, if that makes any sense. If I thought I was really, really, really sick, I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't. And I learned that during COVID, okay? But that's a first for me. And I'm going to give you a gold star, 1582. That's good. I like the way that you actually did address that. 98-96. Hey, Rick, what's your take on Florida hiring Brad White as a defensive coordinator? And what do you think of the John Sumrall going to do? Well, obviously, he looked at the tape that Kentucky had against Florida. That was a very good defensive performance. Don't know an awful lot about him. I don't know if even, passionate Gator fans know an awful lot about him. John Sumrall, I'll say this, my weekly conversation with Tim Brando, he has been raving about him. I would lie if I told you I knew a lot about what he did at Tulane, right? I would like to have seen, or I feel like the better move would have been, getting someone from a Power 4 conference, but you're just not seeing enough of that. Lane Kiffin goes, obviously, from Mississippi to LSU, but how many other coaches are going from a current head coaching position at one of the Power 4 schools to another Power 4 school, right? I look at Arkansas, I look at UCLA, I look at what Penn State's trying to do.
Oklahoma State.
Saw what Oklahoma State did. Who else am I forgetting out of this list?
Cal got Oregon's DC today. Oregon's OC, I saw earlier, he's going somewhere. Oregon's OC is going to Kentucky, or that's the rumor right now.
UCLA went to James Madison to get Bob Chesney. And, yeah, you just pointed it out. Kentucky is going with Oregon's offensive coordinator, Will Stein. Let's see here. Obviously, Florida hires out of Tulane. Ryan Silverfield, who I want to say is from Jacksonville. Didn't he maybe play at Bowles?
Yeah, that's correct.
Right.
I saw a tweet on that.
He's going from Memphis to Arkansas. Auburn went, getting Alex Golesh from USC.
USF.
There you go. USF, excuse me. There you go. Okay, but, it's still... In my mind, it's a Group 5, right?
Correct.
You can, I don't know. Central Florida, South Florida, I just don't look at it that way. And then, maybe lost in all of this is Pat Fitzgerald, which all of a sudden looks like a really good coaching hire after everything that he went through. Major mistake by Northwestern at the time. But, it just seems like that is something they had to go through, although they ended up being wrong. All right, so that's the very latest there. South Florida, Central Florida is in the Big 12. I actually had to look it up. That's scary to me. South Florida's not. What are they in, the American?
Yeah, I think they're in the AAC.
So they're still a Group 5. Yeah. So you didn't get one coach out of the SEC situation with Mississippi and LSU, which you can already bet on. You see that?
Bet on what?
You can already bet on that Mississippi LSU game.
I saw that yesterday. Point and a half.
You told me that.
I lean LSU.
I see it now at 3.5.
Really?
Mississippi getting a lot of early money.
I wonder if they know if Trinidad's going to LSU after the season.
Good stuff. All right, much more to do with you tonight until 8 o'clock.
A great drive takes more than a set of wheels.
Fully loaded, I think is the term.
Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville brings you the drive of the game.
Just one thing. Yeah. Don't push any of the buttons on that car.
On 1010XL.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window World, simply the best for less. And thank you for your business.
Like many football fans in Jacksonville, I love defense. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett, and I'm here to tell you that defense in the courtroom is important as well. That's because penalties for DUI are much more serious than penalties on the gridiron. If you or someone you know is facing a DUI, call us for a free case analysis now. Know before you blow 858-9818. Put my more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Office is Jacksonville, serving all surrounding counties. Call 858-9818 or go to knowbeforeyoublow.com.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise and towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
In Northeast Florida, power outages are unavoidable, but losing comfort, security, and peace of mind doesn't have to be. With a Generac home standby generator from American Electrical Contractors, your power comes back on automatically the moment an outage begins. As Jacksonville's leading and one of the longest-running Generac dealers, American Electrical Contracting has the experience you deserve. Be prepared. Protect your home and family. Protect your business. Generac standby generators from American Electrical Contractors. Call 737-7770 or online at american-electrical.com.
With the holidays right around the corner, and it's time to get ready for family and friends. What better way to do it than with Zero Res? Carpets, air ducts, hardwood, LVP, tile and grout, upholstery, rugs, and stone. Zero Res, they can handle it all. Call right now, 287-5727, or visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them you want the 1010 XL special and get 20% off all hard surface cleaning, tile and grout, hardwood, and LVP. Spots are filling up fast, so don't wait. Happy holidays from all of us at Zero Res.
Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Call us at 904-712-4004 or visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
Rebound Rehabilitation. 11 great locations across the First Coast, and they're just a click away when it comes to feeling strong and healthy again. If you need the best path to recovery, look no further than Rebound Rehab. Log on and check out one of their great 11 locations.
Look around and we know you've got options for gasoline, but those other places, they're not in the business of more. At Shell, that's what you get every day. Members get more rewards, more savings, more special offers. You'll even get 10 cents per gallon off of your first fill when you sign up and save on every fill after that. Choose to get more and more with every drive. Join the Shell Fuel Rewards program today at fuelrewards.com. Offer valid at participating Shell locations. Offer must be redeemed within 60 days of registration. Limit 20 gallons. Restrictions apply. Visit fuelrewards.com for more information.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
Jaguars off on Tuesday. Tomorrow is huge injury-wise. The feeling is the return of Trayvon Walker. That's going to happen this weekend. Again, that's what my gut is telling me at this particular time. Also feels the same for Eric Murray. With his neck, he's missed 5 consecutive games. We'll see about Eric Armstead. We'll see about that offensive line. Is Patrick McCarry back at right guard after missing a game with a concussion? Is Walker Little okay? He is in the concussion protocol, much like McCarry. All right. Now, Parker Washington, his hip. Chuma Edoga, Ross Matisic. I believe that is it. We'll see if anyone else is on the injury report. And certainly Indianapolis is beaten up as well. We've talked about it all week. Sauce Gardner appears he is out with a calf strain. Hoops! Tonight, Cameron Indoor Stadium, they are underway. Duke 9, Florida 8. Just underway at Cameron Indoor Stadium. It is the ACC SEC matchup. I think that's the only top 25 against top 25 game. Syracuse is not ranked. Tennessee is at Syracuse tonight. Coming up at 9 o'clock. No place I'd rather be than right here, Bowden Road. However, if I could jump on a Learjet and get to God's country, get to the Tucker Center tonight by 9 o'clock for Florida State and Georgia. That would be pretty cool. The Noles got to find some offense. Their last outing, they were blown out 95-59 by Texas A&M. So we'll see. They're a 1.5-point favorite here in the total, 176.5. Georgia 7-1, not ranked. Florida State 5-2. They are 5-0 at home. We'll see what happens. After all, Florida State's a basketball school, so certainly do wish them the very best in their game coming up tonight. Let me find this before we continue on. What the heck did I do with it? I was asked about the Coach of the Year last week by one of you, and I thought I had it on here. It was the very latest on Coach of the Year in the National Football. I don't know why the heck I don't have it. I must have somehow deleted it. But anyway, there was like 5 NFL coaches, and noticeably absent was Liam Cohen on that list. Now, listen, I don't know where you are with individual awards. To me, football is the ultimate team game, and that is, in fact, what should matter most. But it still is nice every once in a while to to be recognized for what you have done individually. I just wish I had it. I don't know if you got it, Dylan. I had it here yesterday, and for some reason I lost it. But there were 5 coaches that were on the list, and unfortunately one of those did not involve Liam Cohen. I do think that 19-point loss is going to, blowing that 19-point lead is going to hurt him a little bit.
Yeah, I see NFL coaching odds, Coach of the Year odds, and Cohen is tied for 5th.
Okay.
Vrabel's 1, Ben Johnson 2, Mike McDonald is 3rd, Schottenheimer's 4th, and then Dave Canales, the Panthers coach, is tied with Liam Cohen.
I'm just disappointed in myself that somehow I had this and I lost it. Drake May looked flawless.
He's a surgeon.
Last night.
He is unreal.
He had a backup left tackle and a backup left guard last night. And it took a little bit for that running game to get going. He's dealing with some reclamation project. I mean, you look at Boutte, man, with Brian Thomas Jr. and Neighbors, he was the 3rd wide receiver at LSU.
Yep.
He's the 2nd wide receiver for the New England Patriots.
Well, Boutte was supposed to be phenomenal going into his senior year, and then he never got it going. So you knew the talent was there. They took a flyer on him. Stephon Diggs, another person. The Bills had him. They said bye.
And Hunter Henry, guys who are really staring at the crossroads of their career.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
are playing that well. I mean, and you know what you can tell? They love playing for Mike Vrabel.
Oh, 100%. And this doesn't really surprise anybody. A lot of people didn't know if they were going to make the playoffs or not. I was of the opinion like they're easily going to make a wild card. There's always a team that picks in the top 5 of the NFL draft that makes the playoffs.
I do believe that this football team loves playing for Liam Cohen. I really do believe that, and I understand that there are times where you just need a new voice. Kentucky needed a new voice with Mark Stoops. Is Kentucky going to find a better coach than Mark Stoops? We'll see. Years and years ago, Jacksonville needed a new voice with Tom Coughlin, okay? Tennessee really blew it by saying goodbye to Mike Vrabel. I mean, I'm not going to say that this is historical, and someday we're going to look at this as like a Pete Carroll firing or a Bill Belichick firing in Cleveland. I'm not going to go that far just on one season in New England. They spent a ton of money on defense. But look at the guys that they're using. Like, for instance, we've talked about Chason. He's got 6.5 sacks this year for New England. Farmer, I think he was a 6th-round pick this past year coming out of Florida State. The guy's making big plays week to week to week for the New England Patriots. The other guy I'm trying to think of his name, he was actually at Florida State and he transferred to North Carolina State. Corey Durden. He was cut by the Giants, okay? And they brought him in. And he's starting right now because all the money they spent on Milton Williams, and he's come up and played very big in this, hybrid 3-4 style of defense. But great coaches get a ton out of their entire roster. And that's what Mike Vrabel is doing in New England. Oh, by the way, that's exactly what Liam Cohen is doing here in Jacksonville. No one has been more injured than the Jaguars. And look at all of the changes and look at all of the attrition and the guys who have come in who have done some really good things. So to me, that's just a testament of a great coach and a great organization. And New England was under some tough times for several years. They're the top seed right now. And who knows? They could end up facing the Jaguars once we get to January football. All right, much more to do. Take you up until 8 o'clock right here on this Tuesday night. Rick Ballou here with a congratulations for John's Auto. They've been in business in Jacksonville for 40 years. That's right, going all the way back to 1985. Right now, they'd like to thank each and every one of you who's ever gotten their vehicle serviced at John's Auto. So, car, truck, or diesel, all makes, all models, whether it's a routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul, go to John's Auto on Arlington Road, johnautomotivejacks.com.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
Frank Frangie for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember when the Jaguars upset the Denver Broncos in the 1996 divisional round as a 14-point underdog and launched them into the AFC Championship? Well, you know who won't upset you? The team at Coil Fencing. Coil is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and has been serving the Jacksonville community for nearly 100 years. From sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love to tough chain link for your commercial project, Coil does it all. Visit CoilJacks.com. That's COILE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The holidays are coming, and so is your family. Is your septic system ready?
Honey, why is the yard bubbling?
Dad, the dog's swimming in the septic tank.
That's one way to greet the in-laws.
Don't let a septic disaster be the highlight of your holiday dinner. Call Duck Duck Rooter today and get it fixed before Uncle Bob finds out the hard way. Duck Duck Rooter, your local septic experts. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
I mean, this is what it's all about. 3 of the big 4 around here hooping it. You've got Cameron Indoor, Florida at Duke, and then coming up at 9 o'clock, Georgia at Florida State.
Oh, it's the SEC-ACC showdown, man. I like it. I love the fact that they do it. First time Florida's been at Cameron Indoor in 27 years. I'll never forget that game
Wow.
in 1998. As a matter of fact, I remember it because they started the stick with football chant. They would not shout that to us now because we're more a basketball school than a football school. But I remember that was Udonis Haslam and Matt Bonner, and those guys were really young. They would ultimately go to a national title game 2 years later. But yeah, the Cameron Crazies gave us the stick to football chant 27 years ago.
Outstanding. All right, what do you got coming up tonight?
Yeah, we're going to do a lot on the Jaguars. Obviously, a big game. They get back to the Miller Electric Center tomorrow. I'll be down in the locker room. Looking forward to getting a vibe from the guys heading in to such a big game. Mike DeRocco of ESPN.com will join me. We'll also go to Gainesville. Andrew Spivey of Gator Country to talk about John Sumrall and maybe more importantly, kind of what went wrong with the courting of Lane Kiffin. So a lot to do with both the Gators and the Jaguars-Colts game coming up tonight till 10 o'clock.
Hacker, have a fun show.
Thanks, buddy.
That's going to do it for us. Thank you to Dave Wydell and Niall Lawrence Stample. Remember, tomorrow is our J-Fun Radiothon. I selfishly ask you to do what you can to help the kids who have cancer and the families. And that is especially important during our show tomorrow night, 6 to 8. It's not for bragging rights. It's for the kids. It is. But, boy, I really was thrilled with $27,000 that came in last year from 6 to 8. I would love to be able to beat that tomorrow night. That would be spectacular. Hopefully that is the case. That'll do it. Thank you to Dylan Denmark. My name's Rick Ballou. Have a great night. Again, we'll see you tomorrow right here at 6.
Tom Coughlin here. Join 1010XL for the J